Have you tried a different USB port? Make sure you try like all of the USBs because there have been issues.
Double check on that one.
Great red slot. I think before we
Yeah, that's the one I pulled back out. Is the mouse on? Yeah, try putting it back in the other.
All right, we are back, and if you're just joining us, we are Awesome Games Done Quick 2014, hosted by Speed Demos Archive and Speed Runs Live. It's a charity marathon, and your donations go to the Prevent Cancer Foundation, saving lives through cancer prevention and early detection. We have a $75 donation from Nekai, who says, "Thanks for making this the most entertaining work week in a long time. Putting this towards saving the animals from all of you horrible people. Keep being awesome, everyone." We have $10 from David Hopta, who says, "I've been watching all week, and it would be wrong of me not to contribute after all your hard work." $50 from Ross Piper, who says, "Hi all, haven't been able to catch as much this year due to work, but I've been dropping in when I can. Keep up the good work, guys." Andrew Nash donates $35 and says, "I've been watching as much as I can and have probably already donated more than I told myself I would. So here's some more money." Ananda Kumar donates $50 and says, "Shall we gather for whiskey and cigars tonight?" Jean Massiette says, "I'd like to thank Mr. MV for the great job he did this week with the French restream of AGDQ." And yes, shout outs to Mr. MV for his great French language restream. Order Smari Johannesson donates $15 and says, "Thank you, Slot, for an entertaining and informative Dishonored run so far. It's the run I've been waiting for. Go, 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 go." Daniel Bauer donates $50 and says, "Thanks for the great stream and the great event." And just a reminder, we are coming to the end of the PC block, which means it's also your last chance to donate for the great limited edition Tychus Findlay statue donated by Blizzard. It's a $50 buy-in, gets you into the drawing for that prize, in addition to any incentives you allocate your donation towards.
What's in the box? What's in the box? Woo! Donate.
Exactly.
Really well done. Nice. Practice that all night. Beast mode. Beast mode, yeah. No, no, it's about 10 minutes. Good.
Mark Stewart Hamilton donates $20 and says, "As somebody who runs Dishonored themselves but hasn't seen anyone else's run, it's fun to see my time most likely get beaten by someone doing a longer category." Good.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. There's not going to be a lot of time to say this during the run, so just before I start, there are two things I do want to say. The first one is just a shout out to Choco Pop-Tart. He was originally going to be running this here, but unfortunately he couldn't make it to the event. The other thing, I just want to explain what this category that you all donated for actually is. The no escape route basically means I cannot come back to this room you see me in here. And with that, basically this map is going to fill in as I play. And if I return here, I can warp to any point in the game that I've already been to. So that cuts out a lot of the navigation in this game, which is one of the main components of it when you're playing it normally.
Yeah, so I'll be doing a bunch of the commentary because he has to focus on doing some of the stuff. But commentary might be a little bit disjointed just because it's a really short run.
Yeah, it's extremely short.
Yeah. All right. Okay, so
10 minutes.
3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, so here he jumps.
Yep.
So it's actually kind of hard to do commentary for this game because without playing it, you pretty much have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, right now he's walking through some, there you go. So if you
Oh,
see that circle,
well,
what he's supposed to be
There.
doing is looking at those and walking backwards. But why would you turn around?
Right.
We're going quickly.
Yeah, so there's going to be a lot of weird mechanics if you're not really familiar, right?
Oh, that was right.
Such as things where you have to walk and things backwards, or things will change depending if you're walking or jumping, or...
Basically, the whole point of this game is to make you really confused when you're playing.
Exactly, yeah. Oh, yeah, and like you'll like go in a room, turn around, it's a totally different room, go in a circle you'll just keep going in a circle or something, and then it's no longer a
Yeah,
circle.
you'll see him do multiple of those things, like walking into areas and then immediately turning around and walking out, and it'll just be completely different. And I'll try to mention it. But also, those things, getting a single cube in one of those is way more difficult than it should be, and it sucks.
Yeah, aiming in this game.
Thanks, Alexander Bruce. Here it says don't look down, and he's going to not look down.
Yeah, if I don't look up there, it actually won't trigger that to happen.
Right.
Yeah,
And if he did look down, then he would fall, and it's a really cool fall, but it takes a while.
Yeah, and it just
also,
wastes time and
there's no
loops
reason
you
to do it.
around, yeah.
And because this is no escape, there would be
Okay,
no
so this
real back
right
step.
here, that little area that he just jumped over, it actually is way harder to go through that part than it looks. There's like a vortex that sucks you in.
I mean, it's just an invisible wall shaped like a funnel.
Yeah,
Don't
it's
make
it's a
stuff
floor
up.
that's not a real floor. But
you-
even worse than that, if you just hold straight, you will get
Do I have
sucked
7?
into the middle, and it'll
I
be
have
bad.
7. Okay.
Yeah, and that would be terrible.
Yeah.
And those walls that he just dealt with are throughout the whole game. Basically, the whole point is you just look at it for long enough and it'll open up.
Yeah, you just win a staring contest with a wall.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that one's actually kind of mean because it's usually the first one you'll see.
Yeah.
And it takes so long for that one that a lot of people will stare at it and won't actually see anything happen before they
Yeah,
run
it's
out
the
of
fastest
patience.
way to get to this gun, which is why he took
And-
this path, but it's not obvious that it's a path to this gun.
Yeah,
Basically, the whole point of the guns is obviously to use the cubes to solve puzzles, and the final puzzle of the game requires, or at least they wished it required, the final gun.
That's not true. The red gun is actually supposed to be optional.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Alexander Bruce has
But-
confirmed that.
Yeah, but basically the whole point is you get all of the guns, and they all have a unique thing about them.
they're all like an upgrade on top of each other.
Speaking of, shout out to Alexander Bruce. We've talked to him a lot, just like about this game and speedrunning it and stuff. He's really awesome, and so you should support him by buying this game.
Yeah,
It's an amazing game.
and this game is pretty much always incredibly cheap.
I cut that a little. You need 3 block width here, and I cut that one short every time so far. I'm
Do
doing.
you actually need to clear the one above you?
You need.
No,
You don't
not-
need to
not-
clear that one.
no.
It's just that I've been
Yes,
doing.
this is a really, really wonky timing.
I don't even. There we go.
There you go.
I think you have to cut one of them unevenly or something. I'm not entirely sure.
So if you make like a square on the wall or something with cubes, then it fills them in, and so that's what he did there. And that's what he's going to do here to make an infinite number of blocks.
Yeah, cube duplication is a big part of this game. It's a mechanic that exists in the entire game, but you're not aware of until about halfway through.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, okay, good.
So this puzzle can be really bizarre sometimes.
I think I got it.
Yeah, that looked good.
Yes, first try.
okay.
That's good.
So what you basically have to do is you have to make sure that all of the cubes disappear, or at least all of the switches become unpressed simultaneously, which is
Oh,
somewhat
no, he
difficult.
fell. That's what he's supposed to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I actually want as many cubes as I can have at this point. Oh, I went slow. You have to get 2 at once, otherwise,
Fine.
when the thing
Okay,
okay.
you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, otherwise when it reforms, it just joins back up.
That's floor 4. That 4 is significant, but it's not significant when you know what you're doing.
Yeah, so basically, that was the tower. It's like this hugely long puzzle in the game, but it's completely optional.
Yeah, it's this crazy puzzle to get to the final gun.
Now he's
So
gonna
this
go
is why I
up
want as many cubes as I have, because it's faster to build upwards like this than to just direct the line of cubes upwards.
Yeah, you can do this with 1 cube, but it's like if you fall off that 1 cube, then it's really annoying.
It's a lot riskier.
Also, it's like very marginally faster to actually build up rather than trail.
Yeah.
And as mentioned, pretty much every single gun has many ways to get to. So in a speed run, you're obviously going to go for the fastest route, but in a casual play, the most obvious one is generally the most one.
Yeah. And so now he has all the guns.
Yeah, this is a really cool glitch. So that thing around is like a fizzler, if you've ever played Portal, that erases things that you put it. So there's a wall in between 2 different fizzlers. So what he did was he put down a cube and then directed it into a line of other cubes, and then directed that entire line of cubes into the fizzler, and basically just destroyed part of the door.
Nice.
Oh,
That was really close. So he's doing here
I
is
didn't get it there.
he's trying to get basically a super jump. If you land on these pads in a very precise manner, they actually will give you extra height.
So what it is that you basically need a jump and a half worth there in order to get from that jump pad up to the top. So what you can actually do is if you land on the very edge of a pad, you actually stay on the edge next to it, but the pad still goes down. So you do that, and then you immediately drop down onto the pad, and you sort of double dip.
Guys, I know there's not much time, but could we get a roll call?
I'm Josh's.
I'm Test Runner.
Uber Goose.
I'm Marche running this.
So there was another glitch right there. You saw, if you can see, there was a little dip in between that first part, and that dip is actually, if you just walk straight.
I hit the edge.
If you just
Where's
walk, well,
the-
it gives me
okay.
more time to explain. If you just walk straight through that, then there's like a little wall there. But if you walk, and so what you're supposed to do is just jump, and if you jump, then the wall disappears. But if you just walk around the edge and fall down, then you can.
Yeah.
You don't need to do the jump.
This room's kind of a pain the first time because
This room's a pain every
It's
time.
always, because you have to go fast, but if you actually start running, then the bees will destroy the entire pathway.
Yeah.
So you can't go too fast.
Unfortunately, what I did there was I went too fast, so I had to jump to the center of the door. Otherwise, up because the sides were still there, and I aimed for the sides.
So this is basically
Didn't
the
work.
last puzzle in the
Yeah,
game.
it's the
This is
second last
escape.
room.
Yeah,
The last room is my favorite room in the game.
it's pretty awesome.
it's pretty
It's rad.
bizarre. Yeah.
It's really cool. But yeah, right here, so the entire point
I
of going
hit
through all
something.
of this stuff is just to get cubes. And he can actually get cubes way earlier than he's supposed to.
Not way earlier.
Well,
It's
yeah,
pretty significantly
It's
earlier.
it's like
a
20
little bit earlier.
seconds or
So
something.
right here, he can steal these cubes. You're not supposed to be able to get these, and he might miss the
It's-
first few times.
It's incredibly precise.
so
it's not,
precise.
There
it's
we go.
not
So you got
pixel
it.
perfect, but it's really close.
It's I don't know how close it is, but it's very close.
Yeah.
And so now he has 2 because of the red gun. You can just make them multiply.
Yeah.
So once you have 2, you have an infinite number.
That's just one of the features of the red gun. Infinite, just very easily.
Yeah. And there is a route for this game called any % lag glitch, and there's a way basically to lag the game and go through like the last fizzler.
Oh, first try.
Nice.
That was actually really good.
Yeah.
But
That was
It's a tiny glitch that saves like
Yeah.
basically no time. But
it's an elevator clip.
Yeah, it's the elevator was trying to go up and he was forcing himself to stay down by something that was anchored to the wall, and so he just was forced under
come
the
on.
elevator.
I think I got
I
one.
just need one more. One.
Just need a second.
It's really really finicky.
So I think what you're supposed to do here,
Where
you're
is it?
supposed to
Yeah, there we go. That's 2.
fill
Oh, that's
the,
2?
Yeah.
completely flood that entire path using the red gun, but you can use
Yeah.
the yellow gun just to direct it over,
Yeah.
and it's much faster.
Yep.
And then you only need 2 here, because then you can have an infinite on the other side, an infinite number on the other side.
And then you have to go through a gauntlet of doors that you have to put a few
Yep.
cubes in.
It's a gauntlet of like single.
This
ones.
part of the run's so annoying because
Yeah.
it's like, aiming.
And then at the end of this, he's going to have the snipe, which is one of these at the end of a hallway that he's going
Oh,
to try
it's
to
so
get
hard.
as he's going down the hallway so that he can get it. Get it. Yes! He got it. Again, saves basically no time, but
And then-
it's really difficult and very impressive.
Pretty much throughout the entire game, you're chasing the hypercube, which
then-
he just kind of grabs.
Yeah, and
The
then he
anti-cube.
can use it.
Come on.
Anti-cube,
the
sorry.
anti-cube, and then he gets it and then just jumps on it. So here, he has to wait for this to open.
Oh yeah, time on my mark.
Yeah, get ready.
Yeah, as soon as it hits the.
Yeah,
If I make this shot,
this
it's
part's
fine.
in this
If not-
weird like warping area, but
Where? Time.
Nice.
Nice, cut 9.
Sub 9.
Yeah, we should watch this. 'cause
Yeah, this
it's
cutscene
Yeah.
is just
And then
crazy.
the game's over. So
Yeah.
So yeah, that last part, it's actually like a really long winding path that eventually leads you there, but it also wraps.
Yeah.
Like, so if you jump over the edge, you could just fall forever, which means that you
Yeah.
can just jump straight to the end.
Yeah.
trying to think, was there anything else we forgot to explain?
Probably.
I don't think so. I mean,
We didn't really talk about what the guns were, but
Or,
it's close
or
enough.
like how the
Yeah.
game works in general.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a game that you really have to play for
Yeah,
yourself.
that's
I
true.
highly recommend everyone pick
and
it up.
it's
Yeah.
always really cheap on Steam. It's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
$2
If,
almost.
if you
Yeah.
think this was fun to watch or anything, like please
Like-
just go out and buy it and then just sit down and immerse yourself in it because it's so much fun and it's so crazy and you're probably gonna have a headache.
There's also
Yeah.
like a lot of like this alternate secret paths and there's
Yeah.
lots of cool things you can
Yeah,
do in the
cool
game.
Easter eggs.
Yeah,
like
it's
how
an
long
awesome
do you think the game is? Like just to go
We,
and do
we spent
everything?
8 hours
Yeah,
on
it
it.
took us
Yeah.
8 hours.
Like
Yeah.
first day came out, we just sat down and spent 8 hours.
Yeah,
Just
you
destroyed
can,
it.
yeah, you get a lot of gameplay out of it, and then you can even speedrun it. So.
Yeah,
It's
and
a really good
it's
speed
a
game.
really short speed run. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
The not no escape route is a little bit more technical, but it's also like terrifying to watch because
Oh,
you're,
yeah,
you're
yeah.
just like your camera's just
Constantly
zipping
just-
around
yeah.
all of the time because you're
Yeah.
just going back to the map and
I think the
going different
longest the
rooms.
longest category for this game is just getting all the signs, which is like 20
Yeah,
minutes
All
or so.
signs, yeah.
But it's not even all signs because one of the
It's all -1.
yeah because
Although, didn't they change it so like when
I
you
have
get
no idea. I
when you
haven't
get
followed
every
the
other
categories.
sign, it gives you
No,
that
he was
one by
planning
default.
on that, but
Oh.
then stuff happened.
Oh, really?
I don't
oh
think that
yeah
update
he
ever
was
happened.
unable to update.
Yeah,
the game.
I've never run all signs, but
Yeah.
it looks pretty fun.
Alexander Bruce.
All right,
He's
so this is the
cool guy who
credits.
made it.
And the credits actually crash at the end.
Yeah, at the end.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was intentional or not.
I think
just,
it
like,
was.
kind of just running on the Antichamber, just
Yeah.
sucked the whole game in and just gone. Yeah, I don't know.
So that's Antichamber
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the end.
without the escape button.
All right, thank you for that run, March. We'll be back after a commercial with Tony Hawk's Underground 2 by Kierno. My headphones